Hey guys, welcome to Kipoerneke's Corner. I am over on EverQuest Legends on the Miriac server at the moment. And let's see, I've been running around doing some crafting. And I found, what was it I found? Let's see. There was a merchant who sold, well, they sold milk, but also, they sold some ceramic, no, they didn't sell the ceramic lining, what was it? They sold something that I needed to make the ceramic lining. It's been a couple hours since I was on. I remember that one of the merchants I needed to get the stuff was over close to here in one of these buildings. Maybe this one, name started with an L, and it wasn't this building. And the other one also started with an L, and both of them had some supplies that went well with the pottery stuff that I was doing. And now I'm trying to remember where exactly I was. Apparently not that building, but it was one of these buildings. A guy with his name was a strange name. Maybe I can find it on here. Let's try find. The name began with an L, and there's one of them. That Legween was one of them, and the other one was, I think it also started with an L. Maybe not. And the one, maybe it was, no, I don't think it was Linoleum. That doesn't sound right. But they both had things that were very helpful to the task. I don't think it was the jewel crafter guy. I don't know. Having trouble. Maybe it was Illidari. That was definitely one of the people I was looking at earlier. But I feel like that wasn't the one that was inside the building. There's a dude in a building, and it's near, I had thought it was near the loom, which is right here. I wonder if there is another loom, or, okay, where's the pottery wheel? The loom that was beside the pottery wheel, or near the pottery wheel. Is there a pottery wheel over here? Maybe this is it. We've got the, what is this? This is forge. Forge is not what I'm looking for. This was like, let's see. And for some reason, turning like a maniac, stuck in the turning. But we got it fixed somehow. Okay. Where was I? It's a tough thing, this. You know what I'll do? Let's go ahead and go to find, and we'll go to the pottery wheel, because I know that this individual was close by the pottery wheel. They weren't, like, right beside them. They were just kind of across the way, and I think they were nearer to, I want to say, a loom. Maybe not. We shall see. Hopefully, I can find it, and then I can show you guys. So, it was a building by itself, I want to say. Okay, here's the soul binder, and maybe it was this one. Let's see. Yeah, we're close to the pottery wheel now. Let's try this building and see if this is in. That can't be it. Onward then. Onward. Okay, here's the pottery wheel. There are a couple of buildings here, so maybe it was across the way right over here. And in, I don't know, this True Shots bow, that doesn't sound right to me. That has Kelethin in here, clutching supplies. I'll go ahead and click on her, but I don't think she's the one I want. Doesn't look right. No, none of that. That is not what I'm looking for. Somewhere there's someone who has something awesome. And he's in an unmarked building, I think, because I remember thinking, oh man, he's over in one of the regular house-like things. And I would never have thought to look here, except that I was just kind of going and checking in all the houses and stuff. Like, it would never have stuck out to me if I hadn't been just wandering around. Now, this room is where you die. Scouts of Tunair. I walk in there. They hate me. They come and kill me. Let's check this building here, across the way from the Scouts of Tunair. Maybe we've got our guy in here. Okay, there's Laren, the rogue guildmaster. I don't think I want to be near him because he seems like a guy who may also hate me. He's turned away from me. So all is well. I'm failing to re-find this person. Here's the fletching supplies. There's a tavern. I didn't go in the tavern, I don't think, just now. So let's see. We've got Barkeep Tavonla. And actually, I did go in this tavern. But I don't think this is where my person was. Oh, look, ranger spells. Who knew? Alright. Bartender over here, Barkeep Sissia, has the same things as the other guy there at the front. So, no need for that. Onward. Onward and perhaps upward, perhaps not. Let's see, where are we at? Okay. Let's try that building over there. I feel like it was just right across from the pottery wheel. Okay, here's the pottery wheel. We'll check the building behind the pottery wheel. I think this is where I was at. Nobody's hanging out in there. Let's try again. I really didn't think... Oh, look. There's the loom, right? Is that a loom or is that not a loom? Am I wrong? What is this? This is a loom, but it's not a loom for us to use. Aha! That makes a lot of sense. Because here's the pottery wheel and here's the kill. Now we have what appears to be a loom, but doesn't function as a loom. Weird. So maybe this is the one. No, it's an unmarked building. And I see smithing supplies. Excellent. So his name is Nalulian. There we are. Alright. Smithing supplies. I knew it was a weird name. Let's get up close to him. And he has all kinds of fun stuff. So he's got some container base mold, it says. Container lid mold. Dirge of the Forged Fire, dual-edged blade mold, file mold. Okay, I think this was part of what I was getting, was things like the file mold. He also has a hinge mold. I feel like I picked up a hinge mold already, and I'm not really sure why. Got a lantern casing mold, large container base mold, large container lid mold, pommel mold, small container base mold, small container lid mold, spiked ball mold, and a toolbox mold. So I think this is where I grabbed the file mold. And I did end up making a file, among other things. I think that I succeeded in the things I was making. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I don't have a file. Let's do a search. Let's go over to find item and close the things that are in my way. And we're gonna look for a file. Maybe we're gonna manage that. It's tough typing, you know? File, whatever. Alright, file. And we want to make sure that the trade skill depot is checked. And then that's, we click enter here. We have a file mold. No file. Interesting. So, should I get maybe another couple of file molds just in case the first one doesn't go well? Let's do 3 total, counting the one that I have. So 2 here plus the 1. Alright. Now, we've got the file molds. Now the molds stack, so you can have a ton of them if you want to. And you can also put them into your depot. Things that stack go into the depots. I did make some other items as well. I made a bunch of these scalers because it was leveling up my my blacksmithing very well, and Bugajaw had handed me a whole bunch of scaler molds, so I had plenty to use. Then also I have these dairy spoons because, again, Bugajaw told me the recipe for them. I can't actually do it, like I can't search it out and find it, but I was able to put it into the manual one. So it was like, I want to say 2 metal bits, 1, and see, now I can't remember. 2 metal bits was part of it. 1 scalar mold, I think, and 1 flask of water for that, I believe, was the recipe that I was using to make those. Alright, so we got that. Now, trying to see what all I had grabbed in addition. I do want to make a file. I don't really know exactly what I want to make a file for. I also don't know if they are disposable or if you only need one of them forever. Either way, I've got it. I think that I need some metal bits before I can do anything more exciting with those things, which means I need some rusty things, or you can actually buy metal bits from someone, but I don't remember who. I did find how to make the ceramic liners. I was going and doing that until I ran out of metal bits. Let's see, you can make these things. It turns out there's a kiln, right? So you can make molds on the kilns. So you craft them on the pottery wheel, the unfired things, and then you fire them in the kiln. And so you can make a bunch of stuff like that. I can't make enough of this stuff to matter, so I could go and purchase some more clay and make some more things like that, but I don't think that I will right now. I think I'm all right for the moment. I could try the files, because as mentioned, I do have the file mold. I think, isn't that what I just bought? I think I did. Yes, file molds. So come over here and see what we can do. Let's type in file and give it the old search and see if we can find anything. It's not looking great. Maybe this is the wrong window. I don't know. Or maybe I just haven't unlocked the recipe to make a file yet. I'm not sure. It's not looking wonderful. Maybe it was the forge that I need for this. Possibly. In which case, I'm going to use this window. We're going to come down and find a forge. And there it is. Now that forge is a good distance from where I'm at. I wonder if it's the only forge, or the closest forge rather. It's definitely not the only forge. But I don't know if it's the closest one or not. I'll just kind of halfway keep an eye out as I run over, in case another one happens to be nearby. There are definitely more forges around this area than there are other things. Here's a loom. I wonder if I can make anything at the loom. Weirdly, this loom is also not clicking for me. Am I doing something wrong? So for some reason I can't use a loom. There's a lift right there. Or maybe I'm misunderstanding what the loom looks like. Very possibly. Alright, now, close by, we've got the forge open here. And, I'll check and see if I can do anything with a file. Can make a file. I don't have the metal bits required. So, what a shame. I could just go and buy some, but I don't feel the need to. I could sell a good number of these because I have many scalars at the moment. So why don't I sell some scalars? I'm not super familiar with selling things, but I think we just click on it, yes, and then we click sell. So let's go ahead and sell off a bunch of these scalars, get a little bit of that money back on those, and then we'll have a little room in the bags, and possibly I might go, and I'll look up these dairy spoons too. Hopefully they're not one-time use. That'd be a shame. I have no idea what a dairy spoon is used for, but used for something, I'm sure. Alright, I don't need to have the dairy spoon in this bag. So we'll move it over to a smaller bag. We'll reserve this giant bag for giant things. Alright, things are looking a little bit better. Unfortunately, what I've found is that these items, like the forge and the scaler and the cookie cutters, actually don't stack. So, that's a shame. I did make a simple sewing needle earlier. Or I bought one? I think I bought one. But anyway. Let's see. I can throw the file molds into the bank. But not all of this do I want to put in the bank, because if I do, I can't use it until I pull it back out. I could throw some of it in. There's about a little over a bag's worth of stuff that I could throw in, but I don't know that I necessarily want to right now. Okay. My goals are limited at the moment. I do want to do some more of the crafting, but I'm out of materials. I think that some of what I need that I've written down, I might be able to get in both. I am uncertain, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what my trading ability is going to be in fell with after going and turning in all those muffins and white wine in Freeport. So, by the way, the person you turn into the white wine to is named Lady Shay. I think that's Shae in Freeport. And then the muffins guy, I don't know his name, but he's not too far away. I mean, he's in Freeport. He's in the same area as Lady Shay is. So, if you talk to him first, you can get your faction up with the Freeport guys. And then they don't kill you. And so then you can turn in the wine to Lady Shay. And there's the possibility that you can get something. What was it? There was another, oh yes, bat fur and all that. You can buy it from the merchant there. Not the other stuff necessarily, but the bat fur. Now that I can trade with people, I'm going to kill some of these wasps, because at this point I'll be able to make the alcohol, and the wasps drop the honey. With the honey, you can make the honey mead very easily. I said honey, it's royal jelly, apparently this is. For some reason I was thinking it was royal honey. Maybe it is royal honey, and there's also royal jelly? I'm not sure. Maybe it's just royal honey the whole time, and or royal jelly the whole time. And I've just been saying, oh, I'm not sure. Let's click on it. Probably royal jelly. Looked like that, I think. I'm wondering what I'm using to fight here. Do I have on my equipment? Because it sure is slow. I suppose I do. Ah. Racking up the platinum a little bit now from all those sales of scalers, I suppose. I'm going ahead and killing the black wolves when I see them, just because they drop pelts. And that seems like a good thing to keep a hold of. Probably I should also change it to where those things aren't looting to my inventory at this point, because I no longer need them to do that. So let's come over here, and that's not where I want to go. I want to go to the EQL window and then go to Actions, Loot window, and then we want the filters. I want to do the red wolf pelts, and I just want to store those items. I don't want to do that with rusty things. I think with all of the rusty stuff, it would be better if I just probably moved it. And then, unfortunately, it only shows up to 10 items at once. So, let's do it like this. Let's just do all the rusty A's, rusty B's, rusty C's, and we'll get it done this way one or another. And that way we'll be sure to loot all the stuff, and then we can throw that stuff into the bags. It'll be a little more annoying while out and about, because I'll need to be throwing things into equipment every once in a while, but it means that I won't have to go by the bank and pick things up from my dragon hoard in order to change them into ore. And I'm going ahead and putting the letters, even if I don't think that I have any. Just like that rusty knuckles, I wouldn't have seen it. Wouldn't have thought of a rusty K. Only 26 letters in the alphabet after all. May as well go through them. Quite a few of those things weren't on the list. Did not mean to do that. I think I'm pretty much finished with it at this point. We got a warhammer. Surely there's not an X, no? Y? Nah. Maybe I can press Y. I really do have to fix this situation with my keyboard, because it is in the darkness, and when I put my fingers back on the keys, sometimes I don't have them in the right locations, because I can't see it at all. Most of the time I put my fingers in the right places, but sometimes no such luck. Then I end up typing U's instead of Y's, and moving with my caps lock key. Not very well. Alright, here we are. Now the first thing I'm going to do is stop by old Leonard, our good friend who is factionless and sells to one and all with equal pleasure, let's say. Alright, he's got a couple of the Dwarven Ringmail tunics. That's crazy. They're so expensive, but you can just go and get them in Crushbone Keep. Very expensive things. We got some metal wand over there. There's all kinds of crazy stuff. So he sells malachite, which is used in crafting. I think it's used to craft jewelry. I have not actually done it yet, but this is what I believe to be true. A couple of rusty spears. Nothing that's blowing my mind on his list at the moment. No, I don't think I need any of those things. Now, let's go explore. I've been in here a number of times, and previously I haven't had any good luck with finding anyone who wanted to deal with me. But after my visit to Freeport, I feel like there's a possibility that I may. This Paladin Guildmaster has no interest in me. How about the weapons guy? Hey, weapons guy will talk to me. How cool. There are a ton of buildings in here. It's crazy how much stuff is being sold to this guy. Could get some froglock meat. We could probably make something exciting with that at the stove. I haven't worked on the stove yet, I don't think, on this server. So, my cooking skill, I'm certain it's abysmal. Various pieces of rat, tons and tons of rusty items. You could sit here and just buy a ton of rusty items and then go transmute them into ore ultimately, and then metal bits. but not right now. I think not. Let us. Oh, downstairs. Okay. Not sure what that's all about. Huh. Well, I didn't see anything too exciting in there. Okay, that's just to go downstairs again. No good. Interesting. Let's go this way. Alright, so that just goes in a circle, and it just has the paladin guy. This says Fadark Bane. I thought at first it was going to say bank, but no. I'm being attacked. Someone hates me already. Takar Chisel Flame. Dying. Let's see if we can run away successfully. I think we got this. Takar is a level 50 merchant. Can you believe I got attacked by a merchant? How crazy is that? It's telling me to die like a motherless gnoll. I don't know. Is it insulting ogres or gnolls? I'm not sure. Alright, back in. We'll try again. This time I'll try to not go near old Takar. And they were in the go with Bane, I believe. Alright. I'll avoid it, I suppose. Let's go this way. Doesn't matter too terribly much, since I don't know where I'm going anyway. Okay, here's a random door. What do we got in here? Brewing supplies, that seems good. General supplies? Maybe. Wonder what this is. 2 brewed, 2 stout dwarven ale. A regular ale. I do need to buy some barley. I saw that as one of the components that I need. I don't know that I need to necessarily buy it. I'm not sure if it's something that you can forage. I feel like there's good potential there. But I think I will buy 10 of them. Just for the future. I see that these were sold by someone to this vendor. But I may as well have it, I think. Anything else that I need? A grave mold. Grave mold. Would that be mold that's growing on a grave? We've got some honey mead there. Regular mead. Porter, wine. We've got rice. Now that's interesting. These were also sold to the merchant. And who sold the rice? Where do we find rice? Is it harvested? Perhaps it's one of the things that we can forage. I'm not sure. A stack of 100 was apparently sold to this particular merchant. I don't see anything else of note. So, let's now try the brewing supplies, dude. Okay, more barley is here. Bottles. I have plenty. I should have plenty of bottles. I've got a number of them. We've got hops. Now, hops is another thing that I need a good bit of, because that's for making drinks. Let's see here. It's fairly expensive. Let's do 20 of them. 29 as the case may be. How about some malt? I don't know what we need malt for, but I feel like we could, get possibles, you know? We could malt some liquor. Nature's Beverages? No idea what that is. Is it a book 3? It looks like a book. There's more rice here. These ones weren't sold. How strange. Somebody sold some scalers over here. Cool. Wine yeast. and then regular yeast. I feel like regular yeast is going to come in handy more often. Let's get a little bit of this yeast here. Let's do 29 of those as well. Make it even. I don't recall ever seeing the need for wine yeast on the other one, on the test server, so I'm going to make the assumption that it's not something that I need this early in the game. Let's come to this brewing supplies individual over here and see if there's anything different from him. Fadeworth Shaker. No idea. I'm not seeing anything that's jumping out at me as being important. So I'm good with not doing that. Here's a general supplies merchant. Tile Song Whisper. He seems like a bardish sort. Yeah, he doesn't have anything to sell me that the others didn't, so onward. We've got another downstairs area. If they attack me down here, it's going to be rough coming up. There's the first door to the left. Nothing in here that I can see, just a bed and a chest of drawers and a table. Living quarters, perhaps. How about this door? We have a cooking vessel. There's a brewing barrel, to be exact. Unfortunately, okay, I was thinking I couldn't stop walking, but apparently I just needed to back up a little bit. Okay, let's try turning on the personal depot, and then we'll search recipes. I have done some creation of these sorts in the past. I'm not going to get any credit or any, like, nothing's going to get boosted up if I do the green or below. Well, I guess green is as low as it goes. So let's see if I can make anything higher. I can make malted milk times a billion because I bought it. Bought the malt, I bought the bottles, and I bought the milk. So all the three of those things you can just buy, and I guess you can just get your skill up to 26, just like that. Let's do it. May as well, right? And when we hit 26, then we'll move on and see if we can get something else going. There it is. All right. Now, anything else? If only I had some vegetables and some fruit, which you can definitely get both of those from harvesting. I need some ochre algae and some azure algae. I have no idea where to get that. For this, I need more of the same. How about a short beer? That's looking all right. We can do it. Make a short beer. Let's see if we can manage that. It doesn't really matter to me if I succeed in making the thing. I'm just trying to get my brewing up a little bit. We've got one more that we can get from this. Okay, now we're up to 31 brewing skill. Moving to the next thing. More stuff from foraging, I think. Berries for sure. And then, of course, bottles. And it looks like we need aerated mineral water. No idea where to get that. All right. I don't have any of these things. That's too bad. What else we got here? Canard nut brown ale. Oh, there's a make all button. Interesting. So all I need for that is a bag of canard nuts. Now, where does one get a bag of canard nuts? Not sure. Didn't see them up top there. Honey mead, we should have some. Yeah, we could do that. Let's do it. Combine it. And the thing about the alcohol is it doesn't work to sate your thirst, but it does give you a little bit of a boost to, I think, strength and stamina, and maybe something else. Not sure. Let's make some mead. What is the key ingredient here that we would need? The yeast. Okay, so actually all of these things are viable from the merchant up there. I can just go and get some more. So I'll run out of the casks, and I think that we can sell them up there. Oh, hey, thanking. How are you doing? Thinking 64, thank you for the follow. Oh, also a streamer, that's awesome. Feel free to add me on Discord, thinking 041210. Thank you. I will have to check it out. I also have a Discord. I know I have it on the Twitch profile. I don't know if I have it on my Kick profile or not. All right, let's make a little bit of mead if possible, and one way or another, I'll go and buy some more casks, and then we can hopefully get the brewing skill up to 41. Looking possible. I'm going to check first and see if I can make any that I can't. So, let's do it. Head back upstairs, try to find some of that lovely cask material. General supplies? Maybe. I don't think so, but maybe. It is. Excellent. All right, let's buy, let's do 20 at most. All right, back downstairs to try again. Our poor ogre is so very large. Okay, need to stop walking. There we go. All right, search recipes, and then we'll go on down to the, I think it was mead. Yes, it was mead. And try to get it up to 41. Shouldn't take very long at all to do that. At 38 right now, and increasing quickly. This seems to be a decent way to get the skills up, just by sorting by level. Do the earliest step you can first. Okay, what do we got here? Light mithril string. I don't have any mithril string. I don't have any silk string, bricks of mithril, or oak bark tannin. So, no luck there. Anything else exciting? I feel like I've seen, man, I almost bought a bunch of packet of Keola saps because I thought that I'd seen that in a recipe before. And then I was like, I don't remember if this is right or not. And so I didn't. So, packet of either kind of sap will do the trick. Let's see if anybody up there has any. I didn't notice it, but I wasn't looking for it either. So, might have been here somewhere. Go to all these merchants and find out. Not looking good so far. We talked to Wheela and let's see, Perennial. No packets of sap. What a shame. Definitely a failure on my part. I should have grabbed a bundle of it, and I knew it. I just didn't do it. It was earlier today that I saw it. It's on some merchant in Kelethin, I think. I think so. I don't think it was in Freeport. I think it was in not Kelethin, in Kelethin. This ogre just wants to keep on walking. Okay, so that's a shame. Missed out on that. Maybe there's something a little higher level that I could do. Perhaps. Maybe not. Brackish water, azure algae, and ochre algae. I have none of those things. Here we have frog leg meat. Man, I saw that for sale too. That's too bad. It's not on the guy up there. I don't recall where it was. One of the merchants that I looked at had some frog leg meat earlier today. That's all right. We got some short ale we can make right here. Might have to buy some more barley. I'm definitely gonna have to buy some more barley, but hey, let's do it. Up to 43 brewing. Moving right along. All right, barley is the next thing that I need to go grab more of. Fortunately, it's just right upstairs. Not a big deal. Alright, let's get another 20 of those. Let's get 25 of them. Alright, back at the brewing barrel over here. Not that far down. Let's see here. It was what? Not oversquill, it was short ale. Obviously, I should also have gotten some hops while I was there. Whatever was I thinking? I like to just wander, bend over through tunnels that are way too short for me, obviously. Clearly, that's the goal. Let's check on prismatic dye. I can't make that. Eggnog? Somehow I don't have eggs. Not sure how that is. It's aviac eggs that I need. Completed the achievement brewing. That's nice. Let's check that out. This achievement is completed by reaching 50 skill in brewing. Very nice. So if we had some eggnog, then we would just need brandy to be able to make your spiked eggnog. Eggnog XXX. I don't have any celestial essences. Not sure what they are. Soda seems like something we should definitely be able to buy from someone, somewhere. Spaz Clone 2000 says Ogre Big. I suggest Black Bro and shrink items drop there for these small cities and dungeons. Yes, definitely. I have never been to Black Bro yet. In EverQuest 2, Black Bro is off of Antonica. I don't know if Antonica exists in this game or not. But I'm assuming that it must be near Kinos, right? Black Bro near Kinos? Hopefully. I haven't been to Kinos in this game yet either. But my understanding is that it's west of Freeport, I think. Elven spirits, we would need some morning dew and some gnomish spirits, of which I currently have neither. And you can, I think, get at least one of those items from foraging. I believe that I got some when I was on test. Arctic mussels I have none of. Small clams I also have none of, and brackish water. Got some ale here. We can go ahead and make some ale. So things that we're out of right now that we'll need more of. We need more hops. And we're gonna need some more. I'm gonna write this down. Hops, casks, and malt running low of. There we are. Next time I'm up there, I'm gonna make better use of my time. It's not looking great for my ability to successfully combine these, but let's do it in, hey, success. And it made 3 of them at once, it seems. Nice. Cool part is that you do get your cask back when you fail. Nice. $55 brewing and also 55% chance to make this, which is nice. I think there is a shrink spell that I'll be getting at level 15 as a shaman. I got that. Oh, I'm missing malt. I got that on the test server. I believe it was level 15. And so I'm a few levels away from that. What I found on test was that when you are an ogre and you have an illusion on to make you smaller, then you can't use your slam skill. It's a shame. Let's get some more casks. I suppose let's just buy a whole lot of them. Let's do 100. That was 3 platinum and 9 gold. Really ate into my platinum store stuff. That's okay. I don't mind. The other thing I needed here was malt, which she doesn't seem to be selling. Let's try the next individual over here. Perennial may have it. He does. Good for him. Can I get a large chunk of that as well? Let's try 1 platinum and 9 gold. So I still have a little bit of money left, not much. 2 platinum, 6 gold, I believe it said. Pretty low, but not too bad. I could sell a bunch of this alcohol and replenish the stores a bit, but I'm not in a big hurry to do that right now. All right. Where was I here? It was in the 60s somewhere. And whatever was I making? Don't know. I guess I'll just start here and start looking. If there's something that, yeah, it's the ale, of course. Oh, how funny. I didn't get the barley. That's a shame. All right. Jones says, hello there. How are you doing? I'm doing well. How are you doing, Jones? Been a little while. Haven't seen you. So I'm not getting quite enough done as far as the skill level going up to be able to get all the way to the 68 before I run out of the barley. But that's okay. I'm going to write down barley for my next trip up to the top. We'll get some barley next time. Jones says, I'm doing great. Thanks. A little tired, but otherwise good. Me too. Feeling the same way. I did get the brewing up to 64 from that, which I'm okay with. If we had some cobalt cods, we could do this. I do need to go fishing for sure. We need a drake egg for the drake egg oil. That makes sense. What would you use? Drake egg oil? Cooking, perhaps? Various and sundry things here. We've got white wine, elven wine, and red wine. Combine those together with a cask and get favor order. Fish oil, we've got to have some caviar to make some fish oil. Gypsy Porter is just a bunch of gypsy wine. Now, I wonder if I could just buy gypsy wine and make some gypsy porter. Probably, but why bother when I could just buy the barley and make the ale? Joan says, "How are you liking EQL?" It's still entertaining so far. I've still been interested in what's going on. I have some goals at the moment. None of them are especially lofty goals. Red Porter takes, of course, red wine. Roe Porter takes red wine and elven wine. I'm not super close to being able to make spiced pumpkin cider because I don't have any pumpkins. So that does cause a problem. I would also need barley and hops. I had thought that I got hops when I was up there a moment ago, but clearly I did not. But I would need pumpkin flesh. I don't have any yew leaves, so I can't make any yew leaf tannin. Fermented yarrow. I don't have any yarrow. That's another thing that you get from foraging. Cinnamon spiced elven. Doesn't say cinnamon spiced elven what? Cinnamon spiced elven. I don't know. We would need some spiced cinnamon powder and some elven spirits. For white wine, I didn't even realize that you could make white wine. I had thought that surely you would be able to make the white and the red wine, but I guess I didn't get my brewing high enough at the time to get there. But it takes fruit, grapes, wine yeast, and of course bottle. Let's see, fiery temper would take essence of fire, crushed flame agate, and imp blood. Red wine also takes the fruit. Oh no, it takes berries and grapes. Interesting. So the other things that you forage, and then of course the wine yeast in the bottle. Acorn oil, who would have to have acorns? Misty acorns. I wonder if misty acorns come from the Misty Thicket. Misty Thicket in EverQuest 2 is like an Enchanted Lands Rivervale thing. My understanding is that they don't have Enchanted Lands in this game. So but they do have Misty Thicket. And I think that's close to Runny Eye, but I don't know where Runny Eye is. So it's a whole thing there. glacier oil tannin, we would need melted glacier whiskey, and oily goo secretion. How exciting. Here's the gnomish spirits. Now this is interesting because it takes 102 skill to make the gnomish spirits, but you have to have gnomish spirits in order to make elvish spirits. And elvish spirits are much less skill. Look at that, 62. It's like half the skill. Is the product better? I don't know. Very interesting. To make gnomish spirits, you need rice. There's tons of that up there. Rat ears, somehow I have none. And spider legs, I have plenty of spider legs. Feels like I could do this. Rat ears, I don't know how I haven't gotten rat ears. I think it's because I've been mostly over here in Fadewar area. And it's in August where I got all of my rat ears last time. I had plenty before of the rat ears. Here we've got oily goo secretions and Fromriff spit vodka. That is exciting stuff right there. To make some goo oil shellac. How exciting. Oak bark tannin. We would, of course, need oak bark to make. No good, no good. We got a palm leaf oil. We would need palm leaves. I think those are probably foraged. Not sure where from. Thuber's darkened ale. So we need more barley, but we also need strange dark fungus. That's terrible. If only we had some foraging skills, we could have some vegetables and we'd be set, because look at all that vegetable oil. Now hold on a second. This is cool. You can make one vegetable oil with one vegetable and one flask of water. You can make 4 vegetable oil if you have 4 of each. Why? What's just to make it go faster, but that doesn't make any sense because there's this make all button. So what's the purpose of making 4 at a time when you can just, I assume you can make all of them at once. I actually don't know. It says toggle to automatically combine the current recipe until your components are exhausted or your inventory is full. Any items created will be placed directly in your inventory. I don't understand. Then we have the Zelniak oil, which would require a lump of Zelniak fat. I don't even know what a Zelniak is. I definitely don't have any of them. All right, so we did very well. Got the brewing up to a very high amount, I would say, all things considered. Good to go for now on that, I think. There was only one more thing that I could have done, and it was just another ale. I think I'm good on it for now. If I run across a stove, then I will do some cooking. But I do want to try to get some, I think some barley is what I need. Okay. I just remembered that's because it's harvested, right? But yes, barley is what I wrote down. So I need barley and hops. Let's go ahead and grab some more. Let's get 20 of those barleys. 3 gold and 8 silver for that. We also needed some hops. None here. How about the brewing guy? Maybe he has some hops. He does, excellent. So we'll get 20 of those as well. I think that's all I wanted at the moment from those guys. So out we go. All right. Got a guard here. I've got to watch out. Shop of All Hollows. Interesting. First, we're going to the Traveler's Home. Talk to whoever this is and see what fun things he has. Bedded skin. How exciting. Room keys. What would they be for? I haven't a clue. Obviously to get into the rooms, I would assume. But what is the purpose of getting into the rooms? Are there quests in there? Or what? I don't know. There's a room. It's got a couple beds in it. It's a twin room. And there's one with a single bed. And in here, I don't know, there's a door in my way. Hold on. Let's see here. They're just barrels. Definitely see getting stuck in there. All right. Back downstairs we go. Looks like it was just little housing units in there. And this guy's just open to the public. All you have to do is just walk toward this room. And there he is. So far, we've just got more rooms. Nothing in them of note. Got some beds, got some chairs, tables, that sort of thing. This is a little bit of a larger room, it seems. And this is significantly larger. We've got all kinds of stuff going here. But still, nothing, nothing that does anything. I'm clicking around, right clicking, left clicking, nothing doing. All right, well, maybe there's a reason for this area, but I don't know what it is. So out we go. All right, now we got the shop of all hollows here. Ah, baking supplies. That is wonderful. I need some baking supplies. All right, we got a cup of flour. Now that's a little harder to come across than you might think. We're gonna click shift and click that so that we get 100 of them. And maybe I want more than 100. Maybe 200. Let's get some frostings. We need tons of that as well. That used most of what we had. But I do know that I'm gonna want it, so I'm happy with it. What else have we here? We've got a jug of sauces. That'll come into play for some items as well. Let's grab a couple of those. Not 100, but we'll do 10. Now, really running low on money here. Spices? I don't know. I don't remember needing spices, but maybe. Let's get a little bit. We'll get 10 of those too. Now there's a spit that I currently can't afford. I could technically, but I don't think it's a good idea. Is the spit the thing that you can cook out in the wilderness? Is it a portable thing? I don't recall. Possibly. There's also vinegar. And you need the vinegar for pickling things. You pickle a lot of meats, as I recall. Do I need it? I guess I can get 10 of those as well. Okay. Now I've used up the vast majority of my money. We got a cloth armor guy here. He sells all kinds of interesting things, including currently crystallized sulfur, which is cool. Because I've seen that in recipes, I think. Not gonna buy it though. Not right now. We got jewel crafting supplies. I know nothing about jewel crafting. Zonestral the Legend is doing the things over there. Okay, this one is pottery supplies. Animal template, barbarian template, bowl sketch, cake crown sketch, cool ceramic lining sketch. Those are things of interest. Various sketches. Got a good number of silver bars there. Alright, we'll try the jewel crafter over here. Oh, she doesn't like me. She won't talk to me. She doesn't speak to others, much less to sell to me. That's just not nice. Not nice at all. Alright, let's go upstairs. Merchant Deer Chase over here sells some armor. And she doesn't mind me. She looks like she's the same kind of an individual. And yet, here we are. Satchels. Okay, the Satchels lady does sell some casks, which is nice. Nothing I'm super interested in, though. We got some smithing supplies over here. Okay, he sells mithril. I feel like we've seen definitely the mithril thread or something like that. It's kind of crazy. Elven smithing hammer. 9 platinum, 5 gold, 2 silver, and 4 copper for that. And then some pieces of mithril. Very cool. Block of clay. Those come in handy. Forging hammer. I don't think that I have a forging hammer. Sharpening stones being sold by this one, which is nice. Not as many people sell sharpening stones as I would like. Here's a smithing chisel. I actually need a smithing chisel, but I don't have nearly enough money for one right now. They're good because you can break down large blocks of ore into smaller blocks or not. Or yes, I think so. But I can't afford it at the moment. But let's try to remember that up here in this area, right here, is a chisel. I could sell some of my things and see if I have enough to get that chisel. What would I want to sell? Let's see. Well, let's consider this individual real quick. Do they deserve my business here? Kindly seems good. Alright. In that case, if I want to sell something, what would it be? I could sell some bog juice. I think that's alcohol, right? And that I wouldn't drink that normally. So that's one thing. What else might I be interested in selling? We've got some ale. Sell that. 1 silver and 8 copper each for my ale. Not a lot. But what else am I going to do with it, right? I wonder if his buddy over here would give me more. That was 1 silver and 8 copper. How much will she give me? If I can find the ale again. There it is. Same amount. Okay, how about the next individual over here? Same amount. So all of these guys must be the same faction, I assume. Except for the one who won't talk to me. Downstairs. So far it's been 1 silver, 8 copper across the board. Go around here and downstairs. See if any of these guys, and they all appear to be of the same group, as far as I can tell, as far as faction's concerned. But I'm not very good at the visual things, so I'm gonna make certain. I guess I could just click on them and click the C. And that's dubious thing. Merchant Nora. She hates me. Don't know why. So most of them look upon me kindly. What comes above country? Let's check in the faction. Alright, so warmly is above kindly. And the only people who are interested in me in that way are the Emerald Warriors, the Fadox Champions, Merchants for Algok, and the Myriad Schools and the Auto Guards. Kindly is actually the next best. And we've got clerics of Tunar, Kelethin merchants, and merchants of the Pelwood. So then, mayhap this is the best I can get for my spin for my buck, as it were. All right, ale it is. Now I don't think that I can sell them at once. I have to just do it one by one. Oh no, I can do all of them. Very nice. Yeah, let's do it. Sell all 39 of them. All right, we have a little bit of gold to work with now. That's good. What else might I want to sell while I'm here? I don't think it'll be much, honestly. Got some malted milk. Could sell that. Why not? Short beer? Sure. We'll do all 8 of those. That might be all I'm interested in selling at the moment. I guess I could do the short ale. Why not? It sells for a little more weirdly. All right. Anything else here? Don't really think so. I think I'm okay with keeping this other stuff. I think that the bog juice is alcoholic, but I don't really remember. If I right click. Definitely it's alcohol. So let's go ahead and sell it. So I don't really need the alcohol. And if I could get enough together to get the that smithy chisel, that would be cool. And of course I could by just selling back some of the stuff I bought, but that doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? I do have a tarnished halberd that I could sell. Wouldn't mind losing. And also, there were some other things around here. Burned wolf felt, bone chips. You know, they don't go for much. I could sell the bone chips. And I suppose the ruined wolf felt. I don't really want to. It's more useful than that amount of money. How much would she give me? Okay, tarnished halberd. I got that for turning something in, and it is a bit of a pain. It's heavy. Let's get rid of it. Still not quite enough, of course, but not too bad. I don't think any of those things are things that I want to sell, so that may be about the extent of what I'm interested in. Kind of looking like it. Oh, I don't want to sell my yeast. I was just trying to move it. Okay. Good enough. And I'll just know that I can come back here and get that smoothie chisel at some point. Okay, I just left that building. Nothing over there. That's interesting. So a little hobbit hole of a building. Cleric spells. And Guildmaster. Weapons. Interesting. I'm not a cleric, so it's not terribly a useful place for me. Alright, I think I'll come back around this way toward the front. We got an emerald armor. Okay, plate armor guy over here. So that looks like a forge, perhaps, there. A lot of bronze stuff. Crystallized sulfur, again. Dark bone chips. quite a bit of rusty stuff there. Some sharpening stones. Interesting. None of that am I interested in buying right now. This is a forge. Don't recall needing to make anything right now on the forge, other than I would like to make some metal bits, but I don't have the pieces to. Got this armor guy here. He's got a buckler mold. That's cool. Maybe I'll remember that at some point when I need a buckler mold. Who knows? Potion of invisibility, nice. Alright, this one's a smithing supply lady. Tight shield mold, nice. Brown shield mold. Molds are just hither and yon, you know? You never can tell who's going to be selling them. Merchant Gantry. Various life. I wonder what that is. Let's see if we can look at it. Charge effect is word of healing. Don't know what that does. Let's try clicking it and looking at it. Mends the wounds of everyone in your group, healing between 658 and 758 hit points. Seems very good. Should be for that amount. I don't know what the, what level of a spell that would be or anything like that. Okay, there's one more person in here I haven't talked to. It's the chain armor lady. Alright, belt sectional mold. The greater lightstone sells for quite a bit. I got one of the greater lightstones in the last, on the test server. But I don't know what I did with it, or if I just kind of kept it. Probably that's what I did. Alright, interesting. Go with Keeper. Well. Parcels person. And a banker. Okay, banker is probably a good idea. I should stop there. And have a chat with him. Definitely have some things that could go into the trade skill depot. Clean out the bags a little bit. Or clean out the bags a lot, as the case may be. I think I still didn't grab any of the rice. And I don't think those things are going to go into trade skill depot. Fishing bugs? They did. How interesting. I wonder what you do with the fishing bugs. Fishing bait will go in, but I don't want to put it in. And I don't want to put the water flasks in all. So I want to keep them on my person. Unfortunately, none of these items can go in for the cooking. The pots and the spoons and all those things. They don't go into trade skill depot. Looks like I am not over encumbered now, which is nice. Don't know if I was previously or not. But regardless, now I'm not. And I have plenty of room in my bags. How odd. We have two bankers back here. I wonder why. I see no difference. Yeah, I think they're the same. Maybe if we hail them, they say different things. Nothing there. How about hailing the guard? Hailing the guard appears to be the same as finding. Interesting. Ah, I know what happened. I bet I hit the F key instead of the H key. That would make sense. He says, please don't stand and gawk. I must tend to my duties. Bankerton Tall says, nothing. She does not have anything she wants to say to me. How about Banker really Sans? Nada. As predicted. Ah, our bread group is green eggs and ham. Nice. Alright, where are we at right now? Okay, right there. Beyond Fadog. Let's check that out. Walden Longwalker sells general supplies. And apparently plenty of people sell to him as well. Hill giant toes. I haven't run across any hill giants yet. Alright, that seems to be all that's in there. Ah, here we have a pottery wheel and a kill. I don't think that I need anything over here either, though. Alright. Uh-oh, that's the one that'll attack me. And did. That's okay, I was on my way out anyway. Fortunately, even though she's scout and level, if it's 25, it's not that bad. Okay, so I did a little investigation there. There's also a southern spell with, I think, and that I didn't go over to at all, but that's okay. Well, probably good enough for the moment. On that. Guess I can get some of these wolves and bees and whatnot so that I can get some stuff with which to make more brew. I'm not going to go after the bats right now because I have tons of batwings at the moment with which to make the batwing crunchies. All you need is batwings and frosting for that. And in fact, I think I will head toward Kelethin and try to go up and find a stove up there to make some. I'm not in any immediate danger of running out of food. And of course, for the water, I have the water flasks, if nothing else. But it wouldn't be a bad idea to have some ready, because right now, what I have for food is 4 iron rations and 2 regular rations, and I think that's it. So, seems like it might be prudent to go figure out the stove. But I am going to kill this drake right now. And anything else, either colorful or things that I know that have from things to craft. don't know why I have been getting the royal mead from a royal, what is it? Royal jelly in these. Like I don't know why I care so much about getting it, I guess is what I'm saying. Because, so I don't really see a lot of reason for me to be exactly stocking up on such things at the moment. Alcohol. Got a level there. Level 9, I believe. Yes, level 9. I'm not sure what that entails, but I do want to get these bandits because they drop red wine, and I don't know if they drop any white wine or not, but I'm pretty sure they drop red wine. They also drop rations, which is nice. So food and drink can be gotten from bandits. And you can use the food, no, the drink for making other drinks, so. I think that all of the bandits are rogues in this area. I don't know if they are everywhere or not, but in this area, at the very least, I think they are. I don't know what they would be if I was on a higher setting and seeing the multi-class things. Right now, I'm on difficulty level 0, so I just didn't change it when I came in. If I was up higher, then it would show me at least a second class, probably on these guys. Maybe a third class. Got a rusty rapier from that, which is nice. Almost forgot what I was doing. What I'm doing is going up to Kelethin to try to craft some food. And then possibly I may go take a break and craft some food in real life as well. Or I hunger. See if we can find this platform over there. I don't know what the pixies drop. Probably pixie wings, I would imagine, right? I'm not sure what all. Do you get pixie meat? Can we have some pickled pixie? Don't know. Okay, here I am. So, let us try finding a stove. Oven. Alright, way over there. Fortunately, we have this handy dandy wisp leading the way. And on the way, I may as well stop here and turn that rusty thing into a tarnished thing and make myself another piece of ore. Above the pinnace says they drop pixie dust, which is used in some higher level baking. Nice. Can we have some pixie cookies, perhaps? Make some pixie dust cookies? Who knows? Okay, this is a rapier, so tarnished rapier. And then we'll do parentheses open, T space R, and make a little bit of small piece of ore. I'm going to turn that into metal bits. Then can make things with that. So there's that. what was it that I needed that for? A file. I think a file. So, I've been making some notes in the notebook in front of me. But definitely a file. Well, we did it. Success. Check it out. A file. Great. Didn't expect that to go so well on the first attempt, actually. But I'm happy with it. I wonder if there's anything else that I need. I did get the file, so I'm going to mark that off. Now, there was one thing. If I had a file, I could have made studs. Studs. Come on, fingers tight. There we are. Studs. Now, what do I need studs for? I have no idea. But I thought they would be good to have. Unfortunately, I don't have enough of them. Would need 2 more metal bits, and then we can make some studs. Isn't that exciting? Of course. Okay. Definitely stuck on the tree there for a second. But I seem to have broken loose. Alright. Back this direction. I swear the wisp said it was going that way, but apparently not. Above the chemist says, "Hi from Neriac, by the way. I'm on my Neriac character as well at the moment. Very nice. What's your name on here? I'll add you to friends." I actually have forgotten to check my friends list when I got on today. For all times. So, I ought to do that and see who's on, just, you know, at least to say, well, maybe to say hi, or maybe just to look and say, oh yes, there's a person that I know. Looks like Baz is the one on. So, what have I done? Apparently I didn't follow the wisp just so. Alright. 'Tis the oven. I've done nothing in the oven. I think. On this side. Above the chemist says Salis is her name. Hunting basilisks in the lava storm at the moment. And having no luck. Well, let's do it. Let's /friend. SALY. There we are. Buddy list modified. Okay. So, first and foremost, I could make a burnt loaf of bread. I could make 2 burnt loaves of bread if I wanted to. I don't think that I want to. Not feeling. Let's keep going. Can't make any rat steaks or even edible goo. My lack of rat ears is coming into play here. This has so far been a terrible situation. I don't have any of the pieces needed to make any of these things. I can make a couple of wolf sandwiches. They're pretty high level. I don't know that I would manage it. Truth Teller 101 says, I'm on the Rivervale server and just got the cat necklace with mana and health regen. That sounds good. Congratulations on that for sure. So, wolf sandwich is probably out of my realm of possibility. I can go ahead and make these Batwing crunchies. The fact that I won't be able to make most of them is pretty fine with me. Considering I have so many, I think it's alright. I could make some pickled lizard. I could try to. Couldn't probably do it, but I could try to. Let's go ahead with the... okay. Let's try the wolf sandwiches first, just because they're lower level. Let's go with that. Truth Teller says, everybody loves a good rat steak. Absolutely. The problem is that I don't have the rat pieces to make it with. I'm all out of rat meat. It's a shame. No rat meat, no rat ears. Can't rat anything. Alright, let's do make all and see what happens. We haven't tried that before. Did it work? Consumed 1 loaf, leaving 0 from your personal depot. Consumed 1. Okay, so it just does it one at a time in the window. Interesting. Okay. I think I did manage to... No, I didn't manage to make anything. Or did I? I don't know. Don't know. Lacked the skills. No, failed to make the wolf sandwiches. Alright. Let's go with the Batwing crunchies times 100. Okay. So I've got make all on. I click combine. And I guess it'll just go through it. And theoretically, hey, look at that. We managed to make one. Where did it go? There it is. Batwing crunchies. Nice. Excellent. That ought to get me some baking skills, I would think. Above the chemist says I have a character on Riverdale too. The altitis is real. Yes. Now I understand that they were planning on potentially giving us different the ability to make different personas within the same server by doing loadouts. Can't remember what it was called, but basically it would be different names and all of those things. But I don't know where that's been going. The Batwing Crunchy creation is moving along with swiftness. Already up to 24 baking skills. Not bad. I'll be able to make some pickled something. Pickled blizzard, I think, here in a little while. Possibly. I wonder if you can stop it after you've begun. I don't know. Maybe if I moved away from the stove while it's in the process. I'm not sure. I'm not bothered by making 100 of them. I'll have plenty of food for a while. Drink? You know. I may need to buy some more water at some point. But not ridiculously soon. I don't know how long it lasts. Weirdly, it doesn't tell you. Click on it, you do the alt, or if you click through, it doesn't matter. It shows you the same thing, which is nothing. Just, in fact, it doesn't even tell you that it can be used as a drink. One assumes that it can because it's a water flask. But there's no indication on the description of the item informing you that it can be used for drink. Everything just seems to be kind of trial and error as far as that's concerned. You know, what's considered a drink, what's considered an alcohol, what's just a quest item. I don't know. Above the chemist says aliases, I think it was in his called. I think that you're right. Aliases sounds correct. I was too impatient to wait. Plus I wanted distinct characters anyway. Understandable, yeah. I think that that's going to be an issue even with the implementation of something like aliases or personas. You're still going to have a problem because I think that there's something to be said for like having different factions, positive and negative, and just kind of different ideas of what the character's all about. And I think that that's still going to be missed. It's not just a matter of the name being different or even the race being different or anything like that. It's a matter of having a different persona with a different character. So I don't know. Above the chemist, I have a third character in house and another one brewing in my head. Very nice. Do they have distinct personalities? I've used up a quarter or 3/4 of my frosting. I'll have to go back over to that baker over there in Pellet. I think that's the only place that you can get that frosting is from the bakers. Oh, now hold on. Here's the moment of truth. Because we have gotten up to 46. If I back up, it did stop it. Do I still have my frosting? Hopefully. Let's find out. Oh man, what have I done? Okay, let's see. Trade Skill Depot, let's see. Frosting. I do have 14 left. Didn't use them all. Cool, cool. Alright, so you can interrupt the autocraft. Alright, now let's go back to search recipes and see what we can find. Oh, more things have opened up as well. We have, let's see here, pickled lizard. Oh, we can make a few of those, so let's go ahead and combine that. Cool. Used up all of my all of my lizard meat there. I don't have any troll meat. Oh, I got the baking achievement, or the achievement baking 50, which is nice. Alright, cool. Alright. We would need what? We would need anaconda meat to make the hearty meat sauce for the anaconda. And of course, we would need griffin meat for that. I'm lacking pixie parts for this. Aw, man, if only I hadn't used up all of my lizard meat, I could have lizard on a stick. What a shame. I've never found a cheese wheel in this game so far. I don't know where they're at. These are omelets. I don't have any eggs right now, so I can't make any omelets. Looks like I can make a fish head soup, which is cool. Yeah. I only have one fish. I need to go fishing again. Above the commit says, yep, they all have distinct origins, backgrounds, classes that I didn't want to squish together into one character on one server. Totally get it, yeah. I think that that's, I think that's somewhat important for people who play role-playing games, is to be able to role-play, right? That's sort of in the name. And so I think that the majority of people who are playing do want distinct characters with distinct personalities, right? And so just changing the loadout is insufficient. Okay, let's combine this and see if we can make the fish head soup. Unable to. Pumpkin pie, no way. Rabbit stew, so close and yet so far. Rabbit meat is one of the things that you can forage, just like vegetables. Pickled centaur, that's a no-go. Dryad, no. Gnolls, nope. Nymphs, not a chance. Carp, don't have any carp. So that's going to be a no on that. There's different kinds of carp, so I can't make any of them at the moment. I just don't have what it takes. We've got fresh fish needed for that I don't have. I'm just pretty much out of fish, so I'm going to have to go and do some fishing before I can get further along. Hanakari says, hey, do you remember me? I do recall you from one stream a while ago now. I think it's been maybe like a month or something like that. And above the chemist says agreed. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that I kind of understand what they're trying to do with the loadouts, and I think that that's fine for some people, but I think that it would be important to give it at least 2 or 3 slots per server. Otherwise, it's just not sufficient. I don't have any shark of any kind. Hanakari says, hey, how are you doing? I'm doing well. How are you doing? Alright, we got cauldron fish, all of the fish in the world and nothing to do with it. What is this? Rhino beetle leg. Haven't seen a rhino beetle yet. Alright, we got some candied spider. I have plenty of spider legs. What I don't have is frosting, and I have very little spices as well. I'll go ahead and make what I can of that, even though I won't make much of it, because my baking skill is 51, and the candied spider is, it likes to have 88 apparently. Let's go ahead and make some of it. Combine. Anacarius is glad to hear it. Thank you. Thank you very much. I did manage to make a little bit of it, it looks like. A couple of them so far, successfully. Definitely gonna run out of the spices. Unfortunately, I don't know where to get them other than Felwith right now, or a baker in general, wherever we can find a baker. Closest one would be Felwith. That I know of. Hanakari says, you didn't give me a follow-up or a message. I see, I see. Talking about on Discord there? Is that what you mean? Missing spices, so I can't make any more of that. Totally out on Twitter. You know, I don't think I saw you on Twitter. I know that you had said something about doing Twitter, but I didn't see you on there. Unless you have a different name than Hanakari on there. Alright, now, let's see. We've got... I think that's all I can make here. So... I don't know of anywhere to fish here, but you can fish in Korner. Maybe that's the next step would be to go to Korner and do some fishing, and then I could cook some more things. That being said, I have quite a few items in the way of food at the moment. Just gonna pile them up together on the right side of the bags. We got candied spiders times a bajillion. So that's what we're looking at the moment. We have iron rations, the regular rations, Batwing crunchies, pickled lizard, and then candied spider. And they go in that order as far as the difficulty in making them. The rations are something you can just purchase. The iron rations, I believe I got those from killing... I don't remember what it was that dropped them. Something drops the iron rations. Might be dwarves. I think it might be. Oh, and it says... unicornies. Okay, I'll have to look for that. Unicornie. Alright. Okay. So I think that it'll use it up in the order that we have it listed here. I'm not sure. I better check. Because it goes, I think, top to bottom, left to right. Like, top left, then top right, then next down into the left. So, that is the first bag, and that is the second bag. So all is well. We're actually going to make sure that these are in somewhat of the correct order. Because it can matter in the way that things are used up. So we got the first 5, I think, in the right order. And then we can switch those 2, and we'll be good to go. Alright. That looks good. Alright. Like it. So yes, I think what I will do right now is make it over to Felwith, and if I see anything along the way that I want to kill to be able to cook with or whatever, then I'll do that. And then when I get over to Felwith, I'm probably gonna hop out for a little while and get some food for myself, and then hopefully I'll be back in later this evening. Not 100% sure on that. Depends on what happens, you know. As many of you know, I'm streaming from my son's cards and comics shop, and you never know what'll happen around here, so I might make it back, might not. Alright. Let's see, I'll turn on the boots, and that'll make me go a little bit faster. I'm not being encumbered at the moment. So, all is well in that regard. Oh, you know what? I didn't also check and see what kind of new skills I might have, or what kind of new spells I might have. So I guess I can do that on the way too. Skills window is there. See if I have anything that has opened up. Apparently my alcohol tolerance is awful. That doesn't seem nice. Bone chips? Sure, let's grab some. And move this over here. My begging, it says it's bad, but it's 40 out of 45. That's not too bad, I would say. Bind wound is awful because I haven't really been binding wounds. Blacksmithing's alright. Brass instruments, haven't used them. Brewing's above average, that's interesting. Alright, but I'm not seeing anything new thus far. Dual wheel, we got fishing. Fishing is bad. Fishing's up to 32, so I should be able to catch a few things once I start. Fletching, haven't done any. Frenzy, alright. Intimidation. I have that on a button down here, and I use it occasionally when I'm fighting things. Kick, it's maxed out, so you know what can one do? It's maxed out, just as good as I can get. Setting, seeing, strategy. Swimming is pretty rough. 12 out of 45, not exactly amazing. Haven't done any throwing yet. Definitely need to get some throwing weapons or something and try to practice that. But I don't see anything new. Level 9 at the moment. I feel like I get something cool at level 10. But I can't remember what. And that's of course as a bard, berserker, and shaman, so I'm really not sure which class gives it to me. Hannah says, check your chats. I just do live chat on Twitter. I don't really check my DMs much on Twitter, actually. I primarily just use what's on the screen. So if you sent me a DM, that would be why I haven't seen it. Alright, let's see here. Do I need to do anything with him? Not so much. The only thing I really wanted to do here right now is go fishing, but by right now I don't mean right now. I want to eat right now. But I'll come and stand over here so that next time I log in, hopefully in a little while, I will, I'll know what I was here for. So, I think that I'm going to call for the moment, and maybe in around an hour I'll make it back on if all goes well. If you're not following me yet, be sure to follow me and turn on notifications so that you can see the next time that I go live. And hopefully I will see all of you then. Goodbye for now, everybody.